In today's video, we are going to discuss about operation on signals. So far in the previous videos, we have seen about the different types of signals and the basic signals. Now let us see why we need to learn about operation on signals and what does this operation on signal means. So operation on signals are the mathematical operations or the mathematical manipulations which are being done on the signals. So any sort of calculation or the manipulation which you do on a signal, in turn what it is going to do, it is going to modify or it is used to analyze the signal. So on performing certain mathematical manipulations, we are going to see how the signal gets modified and in turn we can also analyze the signal. So what are all the common operations which are being performed on signals? So we are going to see about the common operations which are performed on the signals. The first one is the amplitude scaling. So we'll see about the different types of operations, common operations, and in the next video we'll see about the different problems. The next thing is the time shifting, and then we have got time scaling, time reversal. So time reversal, or otherwise we'll also call it to be time folding of the signals, and then all the basic operations that can be performed on signals such as addition, multiplication, subtraction of signals, then integration, differentiation. So these are all the operations that could be performed on a signal. And in turn, on doing so, we will also see the analysis of how the signal gets modified if these operations are being done. So we'll see the formulas for computing these operations on signals. So the first operation is amplitude scaling. So the general equation for amplitude scaling is y of t is equal to a into x of t, okay, where y of t represents the output signal and x of t represents the input signal and a represents the amplitude. I mean a represents the constant, okay, and depending upon the value of a, the amplitude either increases or decreases. If the value of a is greater than 1, in turn what happens to the signal amplitude? The signal amplitude increases. So you have to note down all these conditions so that when we do the problems, it will be easier for you to understand. And if a is less than 1, what happens? The signal amplitude decreases. So these conditions you can just remember for amplitude scaling. So the equation is y of t is equal to a into x of t. A greater than 1, the signal amplitude increases, and a less than 1, the signal amplitude decreases. So this is about amplitude scaling. Then we saw about time shifting. So the next operation is time shifting. So time shifting, how can I represent the equation? Y of t is equal to x of t plus or minus t naught. So this condition represents the time shifting. So when I talk about time shifting, you can either have t minus t naught, t plus t naught. So if it is t minus t naught, what happens is the signal gets delayed. And if it is t plus t naught, you can see there is some advancement in the signal. Delay in the signal and advancement in the signal. And one more clue I will give you to do the problems. If it is t minus t naught, t plus t naught, minus t naught, and minus t plus t naught. All these four conditions, if it is t minus t naught, you need to shift the signal to the right. And if it is t plus t naught, shift the signal to the left. Minus t naught, in turn, shift the signal to the left, and minus t plus t naught, shift the signal to the right. So these tips you can have it when you do the problems. Keep in mind all these four cases when t minus t naught shift right, and if it is t plus t naught shift left, minus t naught shift it left, and minus t plus t naught shift it right. So the signal will either get delayed or it will either get advanced. So this is about time shifting. Then the third operation on signal is time reversal. So time reversal, or I also told you it can be called it as time folding, folding of the signal. So folding of the signal is just we are going to reverse or flip the signal about the vertical axis. Okay, flipping the signal about the vertical axis is what we call it as the time reversal, or otherwise you call it as time folding. About the vertical axis we are going to just flip or change the signal. So in turn what happens to the formula? Y of t is equal to x of minus t. Just reverse the signal. So this is about time reversal. Then we saw about time scaling, right? So after shifting we add time scaling followed with time reversal. So time scaling is where we are going to change the speed of the signal. Okay, technically speaking, changing the speed of the signal, you can call it to be the time scaling. So in case of time scaling, you can have the expression to be y of t is equal to x of a into t. Okay, and in this case, if a is greater than 1, what happens is that the signal gets compressed, and if a is less than 1, the signal gets expanded. Just the reverse condition, keep in mind, a is greater than 1, the signal gets compressed. But whereas in case of amplitude scaling, what did we see? If a is greater than 1, the signal amplitude increases, and if a is less than 1, the signal amplitude decreases in case of amplitude scaling. But the same thing when we talk about time scaling. So what happens? The signal gets compressed, or otherwise the signal gets expanded. The conditions are when a is greater than 1 and when a is less than 1. So these conditions are applicable for time scaling, wherein it changes the speed of the signal. Then the next condition is about the addition of signals. So addition of signals is a simple concept wherein it is going to combine two signals, right? So combination of two signals, or when it combines two signals, the performance, the operation on addition will be performed. So y of t is equal to x1 of t plus x2 of t, where x1 of t and x2 of t will be the input signals and y of t will be the output signal. Then comes multiplication of signals. So when I talk about multiplication of signals, so in case of multiplication of signals, how can I write? Y of t is equal to x1 of t into x2 of t. So this is the formula for multiplication of signals. It is going to just multiply two signals point by point. So point by point the two signals will get multiplied. Then the next condition we saw about differentiation and integration of signals. So when I talk about differentiation on signals, what is actually differentiation? You are going to find out the rate of change of the signal. Rate of change of signal. So when I use rate of change, obviously it will be with respect to the parameter time. So y of t is equal to d by dt of x of t. So rate of change with respect to the signal, where y of t will be the output signal, x of t will be the input signal, and d by dt will be with respect to the rate, wherein you are going to check the parameter with respect to time. And then what's integration? So when I talk about integration, it is actually where we are going to compute the accumulated area, the total area. If you want to find in any problem, the total accumulated area under the signal is found by the operation called integration. So this is actually the technical meaning. If you want to find out the area under the signal, particular space, if for example you take a circle, if you want to find out the area occupied by this circle, in turn you go for an integration. So y of t is equal to integral of minus infinity to the value t x of t into dt. So this gives you the formula for integration. So these are all the very basics about the operation on signals. In the next video, we'll be seeing about the problems on this operation on signals. A quick recap: operation on signals, it means the mathematical manipulations which are done on the signals so that the signal gets modified, and in turn we are going to analyze the signals. So what are all the different operations? Amplitude scaling, time shifting, time scaling, time reversal, addition, multiplication, integration, differentiation. We can also perform subtraction on signals. So amplitude scaling, y of t is equal to a into x of t, and y is the output, x is the input, and a is the constant. And if the amplitude is greater than 1, signal amplitude increases, and if a is less than 1, the signal amplitude decreases. I mean, if a is greater than 1, the amplitude increases, and a is less than 1, the amplitude decreases. Next is time shifting. So in time shifting, you will have either the delayed version of the signal or the advanced version of the signal. Keep all these 4 conditions in mind to do the problems. It is t minus t naught, shift right, t plus t naught, shift left, minus t naught, shift left, and minus t plus t naught, shift right. So these are the tips to solve the problems on time shifting. Next comes time scaling. So time scaling is wherein you change the speed of the signal. So y of t is equal to x of a of t. A greater than 1, the signal gets compressed, and a less than 1, the signal gets expanded. Next is the time reversal. So if we talk about time reversal, you can also call it to be the folding of signals, right? So folding of signals, you're going to flip the signal about the vertical axis, right? You have got a signal like this. So in case of time reversal, you will just flip the signal about the vertical axis. So this forms the vertical axis. All this we'll see it in the problems. Then next is the addition on signals. So addition, combination of two signals, x1 of t plus x2 of t. Then comes multiplication of signals. So in multiplication, it is x1 of t into x2 of t. Then comes differentiation. So differentiation is mainly the rate of change of signal. You compute it using differentiation. So it is d by dt of x of t. Finally, if you want to find out the accumulated area or to compute the area under any signal, we go for the operation called integration. So it is integral of input x of t into dt. So this is all about the operation on signals. So in the next video, we'll be seeing about few problems on the different types of operations that could be performed on signals. So any comments, do post it in the comment box. Thank you for watching.